Hello, everyone, and welcome to Scrap Saturdays. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to be scrapbooking a picture of myself when it was my birthday, so it's on my birthday, and I asked my husband Alan to take this photo of me. I made him stand on our patio furniture to get a top-down look, and I kind of like that. I just couldn't do, the selfie the way I wanted to. And so I'm in this humbled pose, right? And there was a few things that I wanted to show up in the photo on purpose. And it was my turquoise ring that I love to wear, my beads, and my nose piercing. I'm wearing one of my favorite dresses. It's actually this color. It's beautiful. It's gray tones with gray leaves, and it has so much rouging across the midsection. And then it's like a triple layered skirt, and it's long and flowy. And I always feel in my comfort zone when I wear it. It's like my around the house dress. And so I did put up a quote from David Bowie at the beginning where it says, "Aging is an extraordinary process where you become the person you always should have been." And I'm finding that in my 40s, it's my favorite so far. It really is. It's just this huge awakening. I'm going to say maybe from 35 and on. 35 was the turning point for me for sure, and 40s is just rocking it because I'm not insecure anymore. And that means so much because I've talked to you about self-love, and I've talked to you about the word, conceited versus confident. And so when I'm scrapbooking this picture and I'm looking at myself and I'm trying to tell a story and I'm trying to leave, maybe, who knows if the kids will even, bother to look at this, but I think they will. And I think it's important for them to know that there is a turning point in your life when you become who you really are. But I think we always know who we are. I think it's always buried deep inside of you. I've always loved flashy jewelry and big earrings. I've always loved bubbly, fluffy, puffy, twirly skirts like Belle in Beauty and the Beast. I've always been outspoken and loud. I've always been, the party starter, the fire starter, the person that brings all the energy, but sometimes I don't get it back. And that's a hard thing. It's a hard thing when you're a fire starter. It's a really hard place to be. And I've learned so much through, YouTube and books and reading and just self-discovery. When I was a little girl, I used to turn everything that I could get my hands on into a microphone. So a vacuum, a skipping rope, all that stuff. I didn't use them for what it was intended for. I always wanted to speak. I always wanted to be heard. But because of the household that I lived in and because of the darkness that surrounded us, because of so many other things, my voice was silenced. Who I really was silenced because a lot of times when you are a very flashy, loud person, you're interpreted as crazy. You're interpreted as weird. You're interpreted as that girl. And I didn't like that. It hurt my feelings quite a bit, and it still does. It still takes my breath away once in a while when people think that, oh my gosh, she must be drunk. How could she be so happy? How can she be so over the top? How can she walk around wearing flashy colors and dancing and singing in the middle of the street? But that's who I am. And I'm tired of making excuses, and I'm tired of apologizing for who I am. I can't apologize for just being me. And so the 40s really allow me to just come into that point where I've already told everyone or anyone around me that wants to hear that I don't care anymore what you think of me. Because I can't pretend anymore. I'm not going to waste the next 40 plus years of my life, if I'm blessed with that, imitating or pretending or excusing or tiptoeing or putting down the microphone. No, I won't do that anymore. Because this is who I am. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with loud colors and flashy dresses. I'm okay with laughing louder than everybody else in the room, even though I sound like a hyena. And I know that. And that's the thing. I think sometimes people give you that look when you are the kind of person that I am. And I think they think that I don't know, but I do. But it's so much fun. It brings me so much joy when I'm in my element, when I'm truly myself. But there are dark times when I have to humble myself because the world around me, they enjoy my energy. They enjoy the vibrations that I bring to them. They love to take and take and take. I'm a Gemini by astrological sign. And so, I usually joke, and you're going to forgive my language. I usually say, yes, I'm a two-faced bitch. And it's sad because I do have multiple personalities, and I can totally wing through when it's time to be humble and quiet, and when it's time to start a party and get everyone dancing, even though I'm not in the mood. But I'm that kind of person. I can walk into a room and I can already sense the energy from people. Totally. It takes me 2 seconds. And I do really, really feel the aura of other people. In 1 minute, I can already tell you whether we're going to be best friends for life or whether or not we're not going to get together. We're not going to get along together at all. And sometimes I hated that. Like, I hated the hyper awareness of what I had. I always thought, my husband would say, "Oh, Monica, you're so quick to judge." And then a few months later, he'd be like, "Oh my gosh, you're so right. That person is the way you described." And it's because I was taught, again, stories that I have so many stories to tell you. It was my upbringing. I was trained as a professional FBI agent because of the lifestyle and the childhood that I had. It made me the empath that I am. I'm truly empathetic to other people, and I do know what sadness is. I have lived in the darkness, and that's why I will never choose darkness. I will never choose darkness, not when there's a choice to be happy. And so that's where my strength comes from. I realize that we have 2 choices to make all the time. One is to be fake, and one is to be true to who you are. And sometimes, that means you're a quiet person, and sometimes that means, yes, you don't like reading, and you don't like scrapbooking, or you don't like, Dumb and Dumber, and I get it. Everybody's got their thing. Everybody's got something that gravitates and flows, but you do have that magic inside of you. It's whether or not you're confident enough to let it shine, where you're not afraid to be who you need to be, because that's what feeds your soul. Are we all trying to be perfect? Are we all trying to pretend like we don't like the big flashy jewelry because you're scared to wear it with your leather, or leopard print pants? And why is that such a bad thing? So I love the way this layout turned out. I really only had bits and pieces left of the Felicity Jane kit, and I think I just created 1 more. In my other video, I said I was able to create like 4 more. No, I was only able to create a couple of more. And at the top, I know I'm placing these random numbers, but to me, I was reading them as, 21, 34, 17, 25. Just thinking about the times in those ages where 21 was awesome. I think there's a Cranberry song called 21, and I remember singing that. 34 is when I think I lost most of my weight. 17 was when, I started to fall in love with my husband, and 25 is the golden age. I always say that I'm going to be 25 forever, because in my spirit, I feel that I'm still 25, but I do embrace that I am 42, and I'm so blessed and so thankful that God chooses for me to wake up in the morning and yet, celebrate 1 more birthday, because it's His will, it's His choice, not mine. But then it is my choice, the way I choose to celebrate what 42 means. And 42 to me means that you're not that other Monica anymore, and you don't have to pretend to be. Because if someone doesn't want to be my friend, or someone doesn't want to be in my company, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with my alone time. I am perfectly happy with just being with myself, snuggling up with a book, or turning up the radio and dancing completely for 2 hours straight until I'm soaking wet in sweat, with nobody watching and nobody at home. Yeah, I do that because it lifts up your spirit, because music feeds you and it heals your soul. And because when nobody's watching, sometimes that's when we can be our true selves. And that sometimes is a little bit sad, because you need to live your true life all the time, as much as you can, right? I mean, I can't be crazy at work. But I am, though. I think my customers appreciate that. They always tell me they appreciate my honesty. And that's the other thing. Honesty, right? When you really don't like something, you really don't want to do something. We're not 17 anymore, right? We don't have to pretend. We're not trying to make it into the, elite club of, or whatever that is. I don't think I ever was fake, though. I think I was secretive because I couldn't talk about my home life, but I don't think I was ever really fake. I think I could see through people and see their sadness too. So yeah, I don't know. This is a little bit of a mixed all over the place, but the gist of what I wanted to say, or what I need to say, is that be yourself. Embrace whatever stage, whatever age you're at, and know that this is the true place of who you need to be, right? Let's just be exactly who we want to be, dress the way we want to be, express ourselves the way we want to be. And when you encounter someone like me who, is labeled as off the wall, crazy, I don't know, try thinking of the words exciting, fun, exhilarating, uplifting. Because I tell you, I've seen the darkness, and I always choose love and light. Always. That's why I'm so grateful. That's why I live the way I do. That's why I speak the way that I do. Because I've seen the other side, and there's so much amazing life to be lived. So I hope you enjoyed this layout. I think I'm going to be doing a Kill a Kit video for the Felicity Jane coming up soon. And yeah, celebrate your birthdays. Take pictures. Take photos of yourself. Ask your husband to stand on the patio furniture just like I did. Pose for them. Feel through them. Grow through them. And embrace who you are. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all your kindness, your love. I send it all right back. I send it all back. I hope you're catching it right now. Catch it in the air and embrace yourself. And I truly am so grateful for all of you. Be inspired. Do what you love. Do this hobby because scrapbooking heals. And I'll see you guys very, very soon.